We are live from the WayMaker Men's Summit, part of the BET experience here in the iHeart Radio Blueprint Connect podcast room, proudly sponsored by the American Cancer Society. And ladies and gentlemen, I have one of one with me right now. He goes by Busta Rhymes. How are you, King?
Superb, King, and I got one of none.
Come on.
Mr. Burns, let's not act like you just gonna flower me up in here.
No, I'm
right,
flowering
brother?
you first.
Nah, I'm a botanical garden you second. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, and even seeing you with those kids just now, you literally was on some Michael Jackson. I'm waiting. I'm speaking to every one of them. You got a gift. I heard you actually say, this is the first gift I got today.
I did, real talk.
What does the WayMaker Summit mean to you, man? Because that was real, genuine love from a generation that might not have grew up with you like I did.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm going to be honest with you. This is my first WayMaker Summit. And to even be given the opportunity to be a part of this, because I've seen this online several times.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that this ain't the first time our good brother David Bannett and pulled up.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few of my brothers that I love and I respect because they just stand so solid on their square with what they represent as men and what they do for the community. That at one point I was just like, well, I ain't deemed worthy to be up here. I want to be
Where my
up here.
invitation
You know
at?
what I'm saying? But to finally get the opportunity to be here, you know, and I got to thank my one of the key components of my support system, my brother Joey Harris.
Yeah. What's up, Joey?
He has been making it his business to make sure that I've been able to be a part of such amazing things that, yeah, you know, the music is a component, but it ain't the primary focus.
No, it's been your words.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And where your words need to live.
Yeah,
and they need to live on that stage today at the WayMaker. So I think this of you.
Right.
You know, I've known you since, I think, 18 or 19.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, you know, being conscious and having knowledge of self was a thing in our era.
Yeah.
So your words meant something.
Thank you, Ken.
When you know, came into this business and defining, let's get past the showman.
Right.
Let's get to the surgicalness of your words and the things you were trying to speak life into. Talk to that young person right now that is thinking they have to be a cookie cutter rendition of something to fit in. Because you came into the game not necessarily trying to fit in.
Nah.
You know, you knew that you could play the sport of rhyme.
Right.
You could compete at the highest level in rhyme, but you took the presentation, even from leaders, you know, into your personal career with the videos. I mean, you are the king.
Thank you, King.
When it comes to that in the hip hop world, period, hands down.
Thank you.
But talk to that young, aspiring creative that is sacrificing their true identity in the creative world to conform.
The first thing that I'm gonna say is, you don't. There ain't no rules to none of this thing.
Come on.
You actually are the one that's supposed to dictate the rule and set the standard. Now, I'm not saying don't work within showing people the side of, because it's important to make sure that you show people that you're in tune and you keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on so that you don't look like you dated or you don't know what's happening. But the beautiful part about that is that canvas is clean when you step to it as an artist. So the way you swing your paintbrush across that canvas is completely at your discretion. And the freedom of being able to paint what you're gonna put on that canvas, that's the most beautiful part.
The most fulfilling.
The feeling of the freeness, and then what you can come up with. And the most incredible thing is, that I think is the most important part, to remember, everybody gonna wanna stand to the success. They gonna stand next to the success story.
Come on.
But when it don't succeed, that don't mean it's failure. As long as you don't compromise your integrity, your respect, what you know your soul is talking and speaking to you even when there is no conversation with anybody else. And the comfort that you still have when you go and rest your head at night, even in the face of adversity when it looks like failure.
Yeah.
But failure ain't failure. Sometimes when it comes to divine timing and the Most High's clock, you ain't get it yet because you wasn't supposed to have it yet.
It wasn't time.
It wasn't time.
And not your time either.
Exactly.
God's timing is the ultimate.
It's the only time.
And that's a testament. I'm going to say this, brother, and I don't think you spoke on this subject, but we are the OGs, legitimately, not just because we've been around and we made some paper, we've had influence. No, we're literally the gatekeepers.
No question.
And we had hate keepers. We had a lot of people.
Yeah, we still got them though.
No, but I'm saying, and when we came into the game, we didn't have us.
Yeah.
None of them was doing WayMaker summits.
Real talk.
That's why I salute Louis Kahn, what he's doing, and I'm making my business just like you making your business. This is our first.
That's a fact.
Right? But it's a testament to it's not over either.
That's a fact.
You know, and it's like you came in the game making music. As many things as you've done, from entrepreneurship to being a father to being all the things you mean to people, you still got another level. I just told you, before the cameras come, like, bro, seeing you go from that to this, it's like the rebirth. I'm witnessing rebirth again.
Thank you, King.
So speak to that, because I think it's a lot of older gentlemen, older women that are giving up. And no, it stops when you stop.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, for me, the mantra that I live by is in every caption, no matter what I post every single day.
Yeah, say it.
The blessings don't stop, so we don't stop.
Baby! Sorry, I got to say.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, you know, I'm 53 years old now, proudly.
Yeah.
And when I turned 50 years old, I had a good 8-month conversation prior to my 50th. Oh, no, when I just turned 50th, because I was going through a little bit of challenges trying to figure out how I was going to move coming out of that pandemic shit, because that shit was scary. Like, motherfuckers was sitting there for 2 years.
We was on the phone talking about that.
And I was coming to the A because I was fucked up trying to figure out just how to socially continue to keep my mind in the right space, because everything was closed in New York and the A was still open. We drive into the A just to hang out and just be able to be around some normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
So while you, D-Nice, started figuring out this shit with quarantine, and y'all was throwing all of these fucking events that came about as a result of what y'all found
online. Yeah.
I was fucked up because I was like, I ain't figured out shit yet. They not even rhyming. I'm rhyming and I'm fucked up stuck. So
I'm doing my best Spliff Star rendition.
But they getting to the bag. They sponsorship dollars is coming. They was finding a way. And they was evolving and they was reinventing. That shit was feeding my soul.
I love that.
Directly. And I'm giving you I ain't never say thank you for that in particularly the way I want to say it now.
Thank you.
But thank you, because I really was lost. Swiss and Pharrell was giving me a lot of guidance and talk. But what I'm saying is, a lot of that shit had to do with, I realized that, damn, it puts shit in perspective. I was like, damn, the first 25 years of my life, I did everything that I had to do because my parents said so.
Come on.
I'm still living in their house until I was like 21.
Right.
Second 25 years of my life, I started having all of these beautiful children, and I got to do everything that is required for them without negotiation, without discussion.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful ode to your children at the BT Awards.
Oh, man, thank you so much. And it's so beautiful. What I'm about to get to is a point, which is why, to lead to your point when you were saying there's a lot of OGs that they starting to lose faith because they feel like they're at a space in their life where they too old to keep it going. That shit is fuckery. And when it come to our culture with this hip hop shit, we the only ones that try to date the culture and act like you can't speak on the mic and rhyme and do what you do as an artist with this brilliant gift after a certain amount of time, because there's some young man shit.
Come on.
You can't put a timeline on greatness.
You cannot.
And when I got to that 50-year-old mark, I said, this next 25, I'm going to be selfish than a motherfucker with it. And I'm going to do what I want for me because I took care of everybody. And I'm not negotiating. I'm going to fucking learn how to get my skin right. I'm going to learn how to get this weight off me. I'm going to get this motherfucking centerfold GQ sexy popping. And I'm going to motherfucking eat to live the right way. I mean, I always know how to change my body up with muscles and shit. But I wanted to be slim, healthy, and able to be agile and happy, peace of mind, joy. And I wasn't letting nobody compromise that no more.
Yeah, listen, man, you spoke that through your rhymes, but you're actually speaking it now.
Thank you.
And I want to give you that because I don't think you realize, boss, we lived through the music. No, we lived for the music during that era. And now, even like the Blessed Don't Stop, the thing you say verbally every time you get a chance, That's the difference in you. That's the growth in you.
Yeah,
and that's the growth that can be in anyone who believes. And I want to get up out of here because I know you got a lot to do.
I ain't in no rush. I'm building with my brother.
No, I love it, but they gotta.
I got you.
But I want to tell you though. No, you know we talk.
Hell yeah.
Forever. But I really want you to explain to these youngins that you had WayMakers in your life, whether they were personally with you or not. And the most important ones, you probably never even met.
Right. That's real talk.
So please speak to the WayMaker, man. The person, you know, that you want to liken yourself to. The person you want to be like. Right? And we have superheroes that disappointed us and all the things after we finally met them. But at the same time, knowing nothing about them, I wouldn't be here.
That's a fact.
Without a puff.
That's a
I
fact.
wouldn't be here without certain people.
That's a fact.
Please speak to that.
I have several WayMakers. So I'm going to name as many of them that I can squeeze into in this little bit of time that we got left, beloved. My mother and father was my initial WayMakers.
I love that.
Outside of my mother and father, the 5% Nation of the Gods and Earths was WayMakers for me because they empowered me in believing something about me that nothing else in existence empowered me to believe, and that was the black man is the maker, the owner, the cream of this planet, the fathers of civilization and gods of the universe, period.
And that went through all your music to us, by the way.
Always going to be in my music. Yes. Still in my music.
No, but for sure. I'm saying when we weren't necessarily practicing that, we felt that and searched ourselves.
Thank you, King. Thank you. And I'm going to also big up Chuck D and Public Enemy because we got our name, Leaders of the New School. We got our first start in this entertainment industry with the fundamentals that we was needed to be taught from Public Enemy. I got my name Busta Rhymes from Public Enemy.
Wow.
I got to big up Dante Ross, this white brother that was an incredible A&R at the time and still one of my closest friends to this day. He gave us our first deal at Elektra Records in 1989, December 12th. So I was able to come home and show my father, who wasn't as supportive of this rap music at the time,
that you did something.
That I finally got this Fortune 500 corporate letterhead logo at the top of this letterhead. Look, 6-figure deal, even though I got to split it up with 3 other motherfuckers.
So what?
I found a way.
Yeah.
And outside of them, Chris Lighty.
Yeah, God
rest in peace, Chris. Mona Scott Young. Sylvia Rohn.
Yes, the queen.
Clive Davis. Puff. L.A. Reid.
Yeah.
Malcolm X. The Honorable Elijah. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I think the most important currently is my children.
Yeah, man. Come on, Dad.
Word.
Come
my
on.
children.
Seeing your heart beats outside of your body is another level of love.
Word.
Especially as adults.
Yeah, brother.
Right?
It's the craziest feeling. Because, see, once my kids got grown, the most beautiful part about the experience of having my grown kids now rocking with me and no longer having to deal with the court systems and the child support and the legal
things.
threats, those things, we got past it. And I'm grateful that I went through it because it actually went from the mothers of my children understanding how unnecessary it was for us to be
in that place.
And not only in that place, but compared to the way we rock with each other now.
Right.
If y'all see how we rocking with each other now, it could have been this the whole time. If y'all wasn't
never would have been a thing.
It wouldn't have been nothing.
Yeah.
Because even now, without that, y'all could come on the New Year's celebrations with me, even though we ain't together like that. And I got my woman with me. Y'all could be there with us.
Yeah, we family.
With the kids, because my woman respect the mothers
of your children.
My mothers actually appreciate that my woman will help make sure that the daughter that I have with them, nails is getting done before we go to the New Year's event. They hair, they glam.
Yeah.
My woman gonna do that because she got respect for them that being that her love children. So the mothers see that and appreciate. But the point that I'm trying to make is my kids is in business with me. I got a son that I got as a partner. I gave a joint venture deal, split 50-50, so he can have his own label. His name is Trillion. He got a record out with NLE Chopper and another one with Cash Cobain and R2 Mo performing at the BET Award show. My oldest son, who worked for Black Rock, is his manager.
Yeah.
He was the 3-year-old in the Woo-Ha video.
Yeah.
I got a daughter named Casey who works at Blue Note, who is working on her own album.
I love it.
I got another daughter who plays classic piano and produces.
Yeah.
I got another son who's an MMA kickboxing champ and he produces too. He'll bust your ass. So anybody fuck with his father, he gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Now,
but it's timing though, Bus.
It is.
Timing would not have told a better story.
That's a fact. And the beautiful and the most greatest result of it is they are my most favorite best friends.
That's beautiful.
There's people that I've been rocking with for 30, 35 years that started to show themselves a little funny within the last 2 years. And maybe in the past I would have wanted to invest the time into reconciling those relationships.
Yeah.
But I realized, especially over the shit that they was trying to create a little energy that wasn't right or a little friction, it wasn't even worth investing your energy because you ain't supposed to compromise your peace of mind or your happiness if you ain't initiate no negative shit anyway.
Nobody.
You ain't. If I did some wrong, I'm gonna fall on my sword. But if I ain't do nothing wrong to you, fuck out of here. But the point that I'm trying to make is, my kids bringing me so much joy, being a part of so much great shit that I got that I'm ultimately gonna leave with them when it's time for me to go back home.
Yes.
It makes me realize how much less I need any of those friendships.
Man.
Because my real crew is my children. I could go out with my children. I can have a drink with my children.
It's so good to see you like this.
This is the most...
Talking about them.
Bro, I could burn a little spliff with my oldest son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They bringing money home. They contributing to the bills. They ain't freeloading off Pops no more. Like, this shit is the best shit in the world for me, bro.
Yeah. And you can see it on you.
Thank you.
You know, it's not just the effort you're putting forth for yourself, for your health, for your preservation, but it's the fact that you reconciled everything that didn't happen with them.
Yeah.
Everybody's on board.
Yeah.
The mothers of your children. You have a unit.
Yeah.
And that unit is God's timing.
The way that
it's existing right now is the way it's supposed to be. And I wish you many more years of figuring out that level of balance and continue, brother, not only in music, because you're on the Mount Rushmore of any and everything hip-hop culture.
Thank you, King.
But continue to be that centerpiece in our community because you, Busta Rhymes, are a WayMaker. I appreciate you, King.
I appreciate
love
you too,
man.
King. I love you beyond
Dearly.
descriptions,
Dearly.
bro.
Yes, sir.
Like you are truly an incredible example to follow. You've always been a brother. You've always been super solid just when it comes to your morals, principles, integrity,
Thank you,
respect.
brother.
You don't bend, fold. I've seen you in situations where you was ready to split a few dudes' heads, and you don't compromise your civilization.
Amen.
Last but not least, every waymaker out there that understands their purpose beyond just themselves, understand how divine your purpose is, and continue to keep it going and keep it growing. Botanical garden been yours, beloved.
Yeah, love you,
I
man.
salute you, King.
And you want to know why? Because the dream is real.
Believe that. And the blessings don't stop, so we don't stop.
Bow.